I'm glad you're here because we have a lot to talk about. A look at our developing stories. What can we expect for the Monday morning commute in southern Ontario? How about the kids? What are they going to need to wear to school on Monday? And winter, well, it's far from over. In fact, some of the coldest air that we have seen all season is on tap for the end of this week. Michelle Mackey joining you with your national forecast. And let's begin our weather story with a bit of a recap. This is what we saw Sunday, our afternoon temperatures. Look at the difference. This temperature gradient, -10, -15 in Toronto and Ottawa. And then further to the south, you can see Washington, D.C. got up to 21 degrees, setting a new high temperature record for this time of year. Absolutely incredible how much of a difference just a few kilometers can make, isn't it? Now, we are seeing this cold air mass really stay in place through the east as we look ahead to the week. Lots of purples flooding to the south. But as we take a look to the west, we begin to see a ridge of high pressure build into place. So we're going to see a warming trend for Alberta, Edmonton, Calgary. Temperatures likely to be above the 0-degree mark by the end of the week. Not so warm, though, as we head to Niagara Falls. Let's check in now with Mark Robinson. That's right, Mark. And on top of those issues, blowing snow also going to be making visibility on the roads quite poor through the area. Now let's look at some of the wind chills that we can be feeling. Wind chills, your feels like temperatures. Those are in blue. Toronto feeling like -19. So dress the kids with their snow gear and also their warm gear. And you can see the temperatures, they don't rebound very much. We're still below seasonal as we look to central and eastern Canada. But you can see Vancouver. That's where we're staying above seasonal, but the rain is going to continue as we head through Monday. And that is all thanks to a Pineapple Express. Yes, the infamous low pressure system rolling in off the Pacific. Some of that moisture is translating across the Rockies. We're going to be seeing snow. Chrissy Van has a story on that momentarily. Michelle Mackey joining you. The two big stories that we need to talk about for Ontario, the snow and the cold. Let's begin with the snow. Through the overnight into your Monday morning, we're expecting an additional 2 centimeters. Where Mark Robinson is, Niagara region, that's where the numbers pick up, 2 to 6 centimeters of snow. Blowing snow is also going to be an issue for the morning commute because we have that northeasterly wind. It's going to be just whipping across Lake Ontario, so the Golden Horseshoe. Low visibilities with falling snow and blowing snow. Now the temperatures, we can see lots of the dark purples. That means we're talking about temperatures -15 or below before we factor in the wind chills. So when you wake up for your Monday morning, it's going to be frigid along with the light snow. As promised, here is Chrissy Van now with tips on beating the winter blues. Well, watching Audrey just cheered me up. Thank you for that, Chrissy. All right, let's get back into our weather story. That system that's bringing with it all of the snow that we've seen through southern Ontario Saturday and Sunday is going to track east in behind it. We will see some cloud cover clearing for Tuesday and Wednesday. Our next Alberta Clipper rolling into Ontario, an additional 5 to 10 centimeters of snow expected. Here's what we're looking at for the next 7 days through Niagara Falls. I want to point you to the end of the week. These are frigid temperatures come Friday into Saturday. Wind chills feeling like the -20s. I'm Michelle Mackey joining you for your social media roundup. Thanks so much for tuning into the Weather Network. And we begin this segment with a recap of our high temperatures from coast to coast on Sunday. We really feel the cold air mass through the east and central Canada, but you'll note the further west we go, the temperatures begin to climb, and that is all thanks to a warm air mass coming in from the Pacific, triggering temperatures like this. Vancouver hit 14 degrees. Further to the south, an even better story. Los Angeles, of course, in California, 21 degrees as your Sunday high. The sun was shining, a perfect day to celebrate the 57th annual Grammys. Now, I woke up to a very interesting tweet this morning that apparently I tweeted out, and it says, with the Grammys on tonight, what is your favorite weather song? Tweet me your faves and I'll sing it on air tonight. Well, the problem is I actually didn't tweet that out. Instead, I left my Twitter feed open here at the Weather Network, and our good friend Scott Micklejohn, one of our content producers, decided to tweet that out, and he knows I don't make empty promises on my Twitter feed, so you might just get a little bit of a tune before the time this segment ends. Now, I had about 30 7 tweets of song suggestions from folks. Thank you so much for contributing to this ongoing story, including Katie. Now, Katie actually made a song called Come In Out of the Rain. I assume, Katie, that you live on the West Coast. All of that moisture thanks to the Pineapple Express. A similar story with Shelley and her daughter. They suggested It's Raining Men, I like that one, and California Dreaming. I like both of those. California, I could go for that right now. And finally, sticking with the rain theme, Singing in the Rain from Danny. Thanks for that, Danny. And if you would like to connect with us, here's how you can do it. You can find me on Twitter. You can tweet us at The Weather Network, Facebook. You can upload your photos and videos to upload.theweathernetwork.com. So many options. And let's also talk about some of the fun pictures that we've seen from coast to coast. This is New Brunswick with all of those cold temperatures in place. These folks decided to warm up by the fire. Great idea. Meanwhile, with all of the snow that we've seen in southern Ontario through the weekend, Daniel, he's a yogi and also a snowgie. That's an interesting way to shovel. And we had quite a pleasant Sunday morning on the West Coast. This was the scene in Vancouver. But what's coming up for this week? Well, you'll be singing in the rain.
Visit our new and
What do you need to wear? And winter is far from over. Don't listen to the groundhogs. Dr. Dub Gillum has more on that throughout the hour. Thanks so much for tuning into the Weather Network. Michelle Mackey joining you with your national coverage beginning in Ontario. Sunday afternoon, we had quite a variance in temperatures. You can see Toronto -10, Washington a new high 21 degrees. We had a very strong boundary, and that's why we had such a difference in those temperatures. You can see the jet stream quite clearly. The warmer temperatures below, the colder temperatures above. Where we see the purples, that's where we're talking about temperatures -15 or below, and that's before the wind chill values. So you can see we are going to see that ridge push through Alberta as we track into the end of the week. So we are going to see a warming trend for Alberta, but the cold is here to stay as we look to eastern Canada, central Canada, Ontario. And Chrissy, our very own Chrissy Van, she was out earlier today in southern Ontario bearing the cold. Here she is.
tomorrow.
That's right. There's always a bright side. Now, Ella, for school tomorrow, you are going to need your snow gear for the morning hours and also dress warmly because it is going to be feeling like -19 through the city of Toronto for your Monday morning. Further to the east, that's where we have extreme cold warnings through areas in northern New Brunswick with temperatures, wind chills feeling like -38. As we look ahead into your Monday afternoon, we will see a rebound, -6 for the city of Toronto. The cold temperatures do remain locked in place for the east, but you can see Vancouver remaining above seasonal, but the rain will continue. So that's not so good news, you can say. The unsettled conditions, all thanks to a Pineapple Express rolling in off the Pacific. Now, some of that moisture is going to translate over the Rockies. That's why we're looking at some light snow expected through Alberta for your Monday. Tuesday, that's going to be more of a story for Regina in Saskatchewan over to Manitoba, and you can see the same clipper is going to track its way further to the east, and by Wednesday that is going to be a big story for Ontario, about 5 centimeters of snow expected in the south. All right. Thanks, Chrissy. Great job out there. Michelle Mackey joining you. Thanks for tuning into the Weather Network. I've got lots to talk about in this segment in Ontario. And let's begin our weather story off with a recap. Sunday afternoon temperatures, they were well below seasonal and they dropped. We saw our high temperature of -2, right on par with seasonal on Sunday morning through the city of Toronto. And then we saw a drop to -10. Freezing drizzle was also a big issue through southern Ontario. The freezing rain and freezing drizzle warnings and advisories have now been dropped as the system continues to track east. Now, in behind it, we are going to have some strong winds, some cloud cover, but for the morning commute, it should be not too bad. Some of the untreated roads could be an issue, but for the most part, generally light snow, less than 2 centimeters. And as we look into Tuesday, clearing out for the most part, sunny skies, but we will remain with those cold temperatures. Our next system on the way for Ontario into Wednesday. An Alberta clipper likely to bring about 10 centimeters of snow. Waking up Monday morning, here's what you can expect for your temperatures. -7 in Hamilton. That's going to be your daytime high. Colder in the morning. A similar story as we head to Toronto, clearing up. This will be mostly cloud cover, but the sun will make a little bit of an appearance. Barrie, mostly sunny further to the north, -8, but the wind chills coming from the northeast. The winds will be quite strong, sustained around 40 kilometers per hour, and that means the wind chill will be around the -15 mark. So do make sure to bundle up the kids before heading out to school. Oshawa, Monday afternoon, -5. And as we look into your Monday, your overshot, if you will, of Monday, scattered flurries clearing through the afternoon. That's the big story. The sun, like I mentioned, will be poking out. Tuesday, mainly sunny, but still cold temperatures. But the coldest temperatures of the week are set for Thursday, Friday, your family day. In fact, those are some of the coldest temperatures that we will see all season. Here's that clipper I was mentioning, a big story for your Wednesday. Snow developing, seasonal temperatures, windy conditions. Driving is not going to be good, so stay with us here on the Weather Network. We will keep you updated closer to the date, and of course the temperatures